Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're at the Dollar Tree. We are going to find out how we can get started on some preps for 20 bucks. Alright everybody, welcome back. So I'm back home. I've unpacked what I picked up from the store. And I want to give you a little background on why I am feeling that it's a good time to bring this up again. First of all, I've got a lot of new subscribers on my channel that may have missed my earlier Dollar Tree videos. I did 2 or 3 years ago, I did one on getting your first aid items at Dollar Tree and stocking up there. And a few years back, I did another one on food. So I wanted to show some of them who may not have a lot of money to stock up with the urgency coming on us, how it's very easy to stock up with 20 bucks a week. And I'm going to show you what items I picked up. Now the reason for that is we have what's possibly going to be the second wave of COVID-19. Whether you believe it or not, who knows what the government will tell us. On top of that, we got political uncertainty and civil unrest in many places in the country. That could impact your ability to get food. And, another round of quarantines or shortages or panic people may be on the way. So even if you don't want to be a prepper, you don't want to go full on and get tons of food and water and electricity, having a little extra food right now is not a bad idea. And those are the people that I hope this video will reach. Of course, most of us are prepared, and to us this is like, no big deal. But to some of the folks out there who are new, this is really helpful. 20 bucks a week can really make a difference between not having the things you need during a quarantine or during a run on the stores or unrest or whatever, and having it and not having to go anywhere. So if you've read the news, you see recently the grocery stores and food manufacturers are already starting to kind of ramp up production and preparing themselves for a nationwide panic. The question is, are you going to be ready when it happens? Now, being prepared for whatever comes at you means stocking up with emergency food as well as a ton of other things, but most importantly, food and water. With a little foresight, you can pull together enough supplies to be ready for natural disasters or any other emergency or unexpected event. One of the things I tell people is, okay, let's say you get a couple of weeks of this, you got it put away somewhere, you have your emergency stash, maybe you threw in a pre-built first aid kit, you have something. Don't throw it away in a year from now when nothing's happened. Keep it in there, rotate the food out, check on the cans, make sure they're still good, and you'll be able to use it when there really is a disaster. If you live in California, you live under constant threat of earthquakes. If you live somewhere, in the hurricane country, you have constant threats of hurricane. So that's how you can get started now. Now, I spent 20 bucks. I'm going to go into detail what's here. I mean, the time's pretty late, to start doing this, but you still have time. And dollar stores are an awesome resource. Not only that, but you also have the prices of food going up and up and up. And the Dollar Tree that I go to, everything here costs $1. So let me go into it and show you why I picked up what I picked up. All right, so first off, we're going to start off with the spaghetti. This was $1. Now, yeah, there are places you might be able to get it for 79 cents or 50 cents or whatever. But if you're in there already, it can't hurt to pick it up. So I picked up an extra one. I'm actually rotating my spaghetti out of some of the boxes that I got from Walmart because I don't like storing things in cardboard. And I do rotate it out often. I probably don't have the same spaghetti in there from a year ago. So I'm going to be taking out the last cardboard box that's in there and putting that in there. But it's very handy, very easy to pick up while you're shopping for everything else. Next up, we've got shells and cheese, macaroni and cheese dinner for $1. I mean, in the stores, these are $3 and $4. Good deal. Ollie's, the staple, a 5-pack of ramen. Again, not the best deal. I mean, you can find them a little bit cheaper some places, but still, again, while you're shopping at the dollar store, you've got that option there in front of you. Vienna Sausage. Funny story about these. Beginning of the year or last year at the end, I made a video similar to this one showing these and mentioning that my mom used to cook these. She'd put them in a pan and fry them like sausages. People lost their minds. Everybody's like, I used to eat those right out of the can. What are you doing cooking them? There's no need to cook those. So, I do like them cooked, but I could eat them out of the can. They're just as good. Good source of protein. Next up, white chicken. Now this white chicken will go with rice. It will go with the macaroni and cheese. It will go with other stuff we bought here. So definitely a handy thing and a good deal for $1. I mean, I know these in Walmart are like $2.34 each. So definitely a good deal, and you can stock up on those. And the best buy date, let's see if I can find it. 2023 on that one. So the myth that the Dollar Tree sells expired groceries isn't true. Okay, let me move this stuff out of the way, and we'll move into what's left here. I'm going to pull these all out here. Chef Boyardee, 3 of them. Okay, not health food, all right? Definitely not health food. But, you know what I mean? If you're hungry and you need food, they're there, and they'll feed your kids as well. And that's a big thing, too. If you got kids to feed, that's really handy and quick. So it's definitely a good thing to stock up on. And if you're hungry as well, you got some meat, some spaghetti meatballs, you got SpaghettiOs, you got beefaroni. They also had the, what are they called? The beef raviolis. But I didn't pick them up because I wanted to stay at $20, okay? All right, next up, evaporated milk. You can buy powdered milk as well, although I didn't see it in our Dollar Tree. Normally it is there. I was going to get that. But again, you can buy this. You can add some water to it, stretch it, make yourself some milk. Great for recipes, for cooking. Not as good for cereals and stuff. I would stick to the powdered milk for that. But for this, and Thrive has awesome powdered milk, by the way, if you ever tried it. This is actually pretty good stuff. Corn, they had so many vegetables. I couldn't figure out which one to pick, so I just grabbed the corn. Again, good till 2023. So if you stock this stuff up, you got a good couple of years to keep it in your pantry and keep an eye on it. One suggestion I will make, these pull-top cans, keep an eye on them. They're really, really good so far. I've only had one fail on me, and as a matter of fact, it failed on my Vienna sausages years ago. But they're really pretty good, but just keep an eye on them. I do prefer cans like this that you have to open. So I got corn, but you can get any vegetable you like. Sliced potatoes, really good way to stretch out a meal to make it a bit more hearty. I've used these, what I use these for primarily is I chop them up, make hash browns out of them. I put a little seasoning on them, chop them up into small little dices, and make hash browns out of them, but they'll work for pretty much anything. Next up, chicken and rice soups. They had a ton of different soups there. I just like these healthy choice ones, so pick that up. Pork and beans, good meal, good quick meal. Again, let's see the expiration on it. I have to move it close because I've got old eyes. 2022. There you go. Coconut oil. For those of you that hate vegetable oil and need something to cook in, this stuff works great. And it's usually a lot more expensive than $1, so that's a good deal. These little envelopes. Are made for awesome meals. Now, this is where your powdered milk will come in handy if it requires milk. Your canned milk or powdered milk will come in handy for these for cooking. They're fairly simple to make, very easy. Sometimes you'll find Smith's and other stores have deals on these where you can get them for like $4 for $1, but that's not a bad deal. And again, since you're in there already, you might as well pick them up. And lastly, the last thing I picked up were these Hungry Jack instant hash browns. These are really cool. I don't know that they serve 5 people, unless you're all going to have a portion of hash browns about that big. But they will definitely serve 2. How they work is you open them up, just like a milk carton. You pour your water in them, and you let them sit for 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever. They rehydrate, so essentially they're dehydrated hash browns. They rehydrate, you toss them in a pan, and fry them up. So as you can see, that's a whole lot of food for $20. And if you do this every week, you will end up with a really decent stash of food storage without a ton of money, without you really noticing it. And that's the big thing. You know, if you go out and you're panicked and you buy $100 worth of food, you're going to get home and look at it and go, wow, that's not really a lot. But if you come home and you've spent $20, and let's say you're putting this in some Rubbermaid tub for emergencies, you look at that and go, okay, I got a good start. I'm starting somewhere. And that's the thing. Everybody should have at least one tub with emergency supplies in it somewhere in your house. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, it wasn't like the morning of 9/11 people woke us up and said, hey, there's going to be a terror attack today. Go out and stock up. So you never know when that kind of thing is going to happen, and it's good to have food ready to go. One thing I did pick up that wasn't in my budget, and this is a reminder, if you're going to store canned food, can opener. I have bunches of these. Again, you know, this isn't the best one in the world. It's a cheap one. But it'll save my butt if my can opener that I use all the time breaks. I probably have 15 of these hidden around in various locations in my food preps. So I figured one more can't hurt. I went to look for one of them, and it was in one of my tubs, and I had to pull everything apart, so I'm just going to leave this one out and have it ready to grab. But for $20, you see, you got a really good start, and especially with what's going on, the uncertainty that we're seeing, some of the violence we're seeing over elections and protests, and to be quite honest with you, no matter who wins, I suspect we're going to see some unrest. And I think it's a good time to start stocking up. Anyway, folks, that's the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. For all you new folks that have any questions, feel free to ask them. Again, there's a lot of people going to look at this and go, oh, that's horrible for you. You could buy organic cheaper. Well, you really can't. And if you're on a tight budget, this is a good way to have food in an emergency. This isn't a daily diet. You know, if you don't eat this way, normally it might be a problem. Your tummy might not be used to it, but it's not a daily, thing where you're going to be eating this all the time. This is really for emergency storage. So, as I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check out our links down below. We have our Amazon affiliate store down there. I try to put everything that I review in that store, so if I forget specs on it or whatever, you can click the link and go look at it. But if there's nothing in the store, just click the link and shop as you normally would. Don't forget to check out our Thrive Life link as well. I didn't mention any kind of freeze-dried stuff here because it's a little more expensive. And for some people, they may not have money to go out and do that. So something like this is a good start. But don't forget to check that out. They are really trying hard to restock. They got hit again with another wave of purchasing in August. Wiped them out again. So they are restocking. When you'll go to my Thrive page, you'll notice up top it'll say click here for inventory. That's the picker page. It'll show you what's in stock and what isn't. When you see it, get it. Don't wait because it may not be available. Also, don't forget to check out our Nutrient Survival link down below. They do have food in stock. They are a new company based in the United States, putting together some nutrient-packed preparedness foods in 10 cans, number 10 cans, and in some smaller sizes as well. And don't forget to check out our Food for Patriots link. Again, if you folks have the money to do it, it's definitely a good time to stock up on the Food for Patriots link. You're going to save $100 off a 4-week food supply. You'll be able to get nutritious meals, 2,000 calories a day, that can save your life when panic or disaster hit. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.